think, I don't think anarchism overall as a movement, I don't think that it's failed. I think certain pockets of resistance have failed, and that's how I see it more so as if you look at Spain in 1935, 36, or even what became the Soviet Union before the Bolsheviks took over in 1911, 1912, these movements were crushed. There's no doubt about that. You know, we have no specific geographical area this is anarchistic. You know, I think if we measure success based off of that, then anarchism has failed because the state has come in and taken out and stamped out every single source of resistance historically, you know, and they've come and stamped those things out. But I think that at the same time, there's been great achievements also by anarchists, even if more so they weren't necessarily achievements that led to full-on revolution, say in the U.S. Like it was a huge amount of anarchists that played a part, or the labor movement played a huge part in the labor movement in general, and getting the 8-hour workday, or getting the wage to a decent, you know, something that's livable, whatever that is, or getting children out the factory. It was bombs going off, you know, in certain places. It was people, it was all types of tactics being utilized to try to accomplish a goal. And I think that there have been small successes, and there's been a lot of defeats and drawbacks. Like, we've lost a lot of things, and we have to be aware of that, and also have a historical analysis and know that what went wrong in Spain, what went wrong in the Ukraine, what went wrong or maybe going wrong, say, in Argentina with the factory takeovers, or what's going right with it, you know? So I think it all comes down to how are we defining success and how are we defining failure? Like, the capitalists, I'm pretty sure, feel they won. You know, they put a lot of people in prison, they killed off a lot of our people, and to them that was a huge success. But as long as those ideas are still here, I see that as a success. You know, those ideas are being trickled down throughout history, and they're still prevalent today. And they are, I think, maybe just as strong as they were in the 1930s or in the 1800s, or whenever, you know, when anarchism was getting its name, or when they tried to distinguish themselves from the authoritarian left and call themselves libertarian socialists or libertarian communists or something like that. Because I think anarchism has been attacked in many different fronts, not only by the capitalist imperialist system, but also by the authoritarian left. You know, the Maoists, if you look at Castro when he got into power, there were anarchist publications in factories there, and what the party did, you know, with the Soviet Union, they got rid of a lot of that. Or if we look at the early movement here in this country with the Wobblies and the IWW, why is it that the IWW didn't become a large labor organization with more revolutionary radical politics, and the AFL-CIO, which is, you know, under the guise or controlled by the state? Why did they get the power? You know, so I think it comes down to how are we defining success and failures. We have won and we've lost, but we've lost more than we won, and you just have to have that historical analysis.